The college football playoff first round is set to wrap up as we head to Columbus, Ohio. It's Ohio State as they host the number 9 seeded Tennessee Volunteers. Hello, everyone, and happy Saturday. It's been a chaotic day of football. I'm Robbie Basel alongside Chase Caridi. It should be a fun one. Two teams that have been in interesting situations. Ohio State being 10-2, Tennessee in the same spot. Chase, it should be a fun one. What are you most excited for today?
I mean, listen, these are two teams that have had very good success and were just shy in both of their conferences and making it to their championship games. But that does not mean they had poor seasons. Both Ohio State and Tennessee have been really fun to watch, and I can't wait to see this matchup tonight.
Two fun quarterbacks, two fun defenses, and two teams that will have really fun times on offense and defense. Two running backs that will be very fun to watch. You have Nico Iamalava taking on Will Howard of Ohio State. We'll preview all of that for you guys in just a couple of minutes. This is Give 'em Five Saturday Night Showcase. It's Ohio State. It's Tennessee. It's coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to college football here on Give 'em 5. This is the Saturday showcase. It is Ohio State taking on Tennessee. Robbie Basel, Chase Caridi. Should be a fun one. And we're going to have a fun performance, hopefully, from these two great quarterbacks, Nico Iamaleava and Will Howard. Chase, you look at the numbers, two very similar quarterbacks. What should we be watching out for with these two today?
That is for sure. Going to Tennessee with Imam Yamaliava, it is very interesting. His 65.7% completion percentage and also low 19.5 touchdown to interception ratio are something to really value. And also something that needs to be understood is his ability to run. He's third on his own team in rushing, 301 yards, only one rushing touchdown. But having that kind of dual threat ability to think about is definitely something that Ohio State will have on their mind.
And as on the other side for Will Howard, he's been able to do it as a dual threat as well. You know about the running game with Will Howard's offense with Judkins and Travion Henderson, but Will Howard's able to get it done on both sides as well.
Absolutely. They're a dual threat in the backfield, including Howard as well. So kind of a three-headed beast, and it's going to be interesting. Both these defenses have a lot to work on today, but they've also shown some high strengths in the season in their own right.
Well, real quick, as we take a look at how did we get here? So far today, well, last night, if you remember, we had Notre Dame against Indiana. And however you want to word that game, you can put any term to put that game into picture because Notre Dame had the big lead. Indiana tried to come back, but couldn't get it done in the end. They did get an onside kick, which teams are now 1-for-3 on those. This is a fun stat to have. Penn State ran through SMU earlier today with myself and Ben Gantz on the call. And then you guys just saw the shootout between Texas and Clemson. And now here we are. Fourth game in 24 hours for you guys here on Give 'em 5. And before we go any further, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe down below as well. Would be greatly appreciated. On our way to 100 subs, trying to get it before Christmas. Would be really appreciated. But you guys help us out here. We know what you guys, all the viewers we've gotten so far, we've gotten as a combined over 15,000 views of the first 3 streams, which we can't thank you guys enough for, obviously, is we are just moments away from kickoff of game 4 of the first round. Winner will face Oregon. We know 3 matchups already. We got Notre Dame. They are taking on Georgia. Boise against Penn State, and Texas. They get to face ASU. But who wants to play Oregon? You would feel for Oregon, being the number 1 team in the land, and then having to square off against one of these teams. It's a tall task for them later on, but we're here to focus on these two. And there is Will Howard. He has a very tall task ahead of them against a very rock-solid Tennessee Volunteer defense. Tennessee won the toss. They defer. So Ohio State will get the ball first. You're set to go. Game 4 from Ohio State in Columbus, Ohio is underway. As this one will be fair caught and will be brought out. It'll be first down and 10 for the Buckeyes. We take a look at Will Howard, 72% completion percentage, 27 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, and he struggled so far this season in some of these bigger games. If you remember the struggle against Michigan in the last game he played in, where Ohio State struggled as a group and fell to the Wolverines in this very stadium, and now have to go up against the Volunteers of Tennessee. Howard shotgun with one back, 2 receivers either side. Play clock inside 10, 1 man in motion. Play clock down to 5. Howard takes the snap, quick screen out to the right. Across the 30 and shy of the 35 is Emeka Egbuka. It's a gain of 7 as we take a look at the impact players of Travion Henderson and Jeremiah Smith. Both guys who could really make an impact on the offensive side of the ball. And one guy that, if you've watched me on broadcast this year, is Jermon McCoy, who has gotten an interception in every game I've called of him this year. So that should be fun to note. 2nd and 2. Howard in the shotgun once more. Howard drops the throw. Howard's going to step up, fires over the middle, one-handed catch. No, he dropped it.
Just missing that one. That was a tough task for Ibuka, but could not haul it in. Great attempt, just unable to cash.
A little bit too high. Tried to go with the one-handed snag, but was not able to come up with it in the end. And now this is Ohio State's one of their enemies from the season. It's 3rd downs. And they'll have a 3rd and a very short 2 yards. In the freezing cold temperatures of Columbus, Ohio. Trips left. One man in the backfield. That's Travion. I believe that's Travion. Correction, that's Judkins. And we're going to get a whistle. And it looks like Ohio State have called their opening timeout already.
Do not like to see that, having to call a timeout this early in the game, but just want to make sure that they can be absolutely locked in for this 3rd down, and we'll see what they can get come out of this timeout.
We'll be back at actually, no, we're going to stay here because they're not going to commercial. We'll stay here. So not even a minute in, and they've already called their first timeout. It's a little something you don't typically see in these types of games, but
very odd.
It indeed is very odd. But Columbus, Ohio, by the way, is the coldest game so far on the weekend. We had below freezing in 3 games, and however you wanted to describe the Texas weather, because it's cold for Texas. It was 60 degrees earlier. So here we go. 3rd and 2, 14-17 to go first quarter. Trips left. Howard drops the throw. Wants to run. Howard under major duress, flagged down, and he's sacked. Penalty marker is down. We'll see what it's for. I'm not sure what this is for, Chase.
No, I'm not sure either. It's
a face mask against the defense. So a little bit of a bailout for Ohio State. That's going to be a 1st down.
Incredibly brutal.
We'll take a look at it again. Looks like the defensive end got his hands briefly on the face mask of Will Howard. So it is a 1st down. Not how you'd expect a first down of this game to be. But regardless, it is a 1st down. As the Buckeyes will have it just shy of midfield. Howard, handoff Judkins, runs right into the back of his left tackle and will lose a yard on the play. Pierce Jr. was right there to make the tackle. It's a loss of a yard.
Yeah, nothing there for Judkins. And unfortunately, not going to get anything there, and we'll see how they respond now.
Howard's going to go quick pass to Judkins across midfield, but wait, there's a whistle. We have a penalty marker. Very late marker. I think this might be a false start, and yes, it is. It is a false start against Ohio State. So it went from 2nd and 11 to now 2nd and a very long 16.
Couple of mistakes by both teams here in these early couple of minutes. We'll see which one will prevail for now with a 2nd and quite long.
Throughout today, we've seen multiple teams kind of kick themselves in the foot with penalties, particularly SMU from earlier. So we'll see if that continues to be a theme. Howard drops the throw on 2nd and long. He's going to fire one deep right side. That's complete. And that's a 1st down.
Good
pass complete to
there.
Travion Henderson. Big 1st down.
Like we said, both two great backs in Judkins and Henderson, and him just leaking out onto the sideline. It was just found quite open for a big game.
And into Volunteer territory now. Play number 5 of the drive for OSU. Howard drops the throw once more. Wants a deep ball, left-hand side. He's got a man. It's caught. That's a Buckeye touchdown. Jeremiah Smith.
Great deep ball there by Howard. The connection to one of the top wide receivers of this season with him for the 37-yard bomb.
A bomb and a half to Jeremiah Smith, one of the impact players in this game. And the Buckeyes, who got arguably a bailout penalty earlier, kind of get a little bit of help from Jeremiah Smith, who looks like he's able to corral this one in. So 5 plays, 75 yards, and 2:14. And Ohio State able to set the tone early. Ohio State's also on for the extra point. Snap is good. Hold is poor, but the kick is good anyway. Well, how about this start? Setting the tone early are the Buckeyes, and it's courtesy of a 37-yard bomb to Jeremiah Smith. The Buckeyes lead early. Tennessee seeks their response. We'll see what they can do when we return on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday night. Welcome back to college football on Give 'em 5 Media. 7-0 the score early on. But we will work on fixing the clock for you guys as Tennessee will now get the ball for the first time tonight, trying to respond to that deep bomb to Jeremiah Smith, and the kick is up and away. Will be fair caught, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Tennessee at their own 25. As we take a look at Nico Iamaleava, 66% completion percentage, 19 touchdowns and 5 picks, but his last 2 games, Chase, he's been red hot with 8 touchdowns. Dylan Sampson, one of the leading rushers in the SEC this season. You will see him a lot. Hopefully, possibly just a moment. First down and 10. Dropping the throw is Iamaleava. Stepping up in the pocket. He wants to roll to the right. Getting out of bounds at around the 27, 28-yard line. It's a gain of about 3. And it'll be second down at about 7. Looking at that's going to be one of the big keys for Nico's preventing those costly turnovers. We saw those earlier in the year, but down the stretch, he's looked much better. Handoff Sampson across the 30, and they'll be down roughly at about the 31. So we'll be third and pretty much medium, 3rd and 4. This is where you typically see those Ohio State blitz packages. And it's been a very big theme for them, especially you saw against Michigan, but it wasn't that successful. We'll see what they can do here on 3rd and 4 with Sampson still in the backfield. Iamaleava drops the throw. Tracks back, rolling left, steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off and run, takes a big hit, and will be marked after only a gain of 1. Took a shot to the head almost, it looked like at one point, but gets up fine. But it's a 3 and out to start for Tennessee. Nico, one of the youngest quarterbacks in the SEC as well, other than DJ Lagway. Punt is away, almost blocked by Ohio State. Fair caught at the 32 by Downs. And that is where OSU will get the ball next. Will Howard was able to get a touchdown on his opening drive. He looks to go 2 for 2, and we'll see if he can when we return on Give 'em 5 Media. Welcome back to college football and Give 'em 5 Media. It is still 7-0 as the Buckeyes are set to go get the ball right back after their opening series, which resulted in a touchdown. We'll see if they can continue that first half offensive barrage. We're taking a look again at the hit towards Iamaleva. A nasty hit, no, Chase? We're taking a look at it again.
Very much so. Come on, defender's able to get to him. He's able to walk off good on his own, but again, we'll have to see when they get back on the offense.
We'll see, hopefully, in a moment, as Ohio State will have the ball on 1st and 10. Play action. Quick throw, right side complete. Across the 40, just shy of midfield. It'll actually get out of bounds at midfield. And it'll be a first down for Ohio State. So one play, and they're already across midfield.
Smith with the touchdown catch. Get another one here and just open field. And Ohio State capitalizing.
Jeremiah Smith was able to get that catch. It's his second of the game already. First down and 10 at midfield. One man in motion. They faked a jet sweep. Handoff Henderson across midfield and down at about the 46 of Tennessee. It's a gain of 4. And it will be second down and 6.
A good amount of motion early. That one just going to be stopped after a few yards, but definitely keeping their options open. How they're moving the ball.
Ohio State, one of 2 power conference teams with 2 rushers over 750 yards apiece. You'll see both running backs very often on the offense of Ohio State. Howard in the shotgun. Play action. Howard looking deep over the middle. Does he got a man? Yes! First down and goal to go, Ohio State. It's Emeka Egbuka.
And just like Smith Egbuka, just getting it, making the catch over the defender. Both very vertical routes, similar to the Smith touchdown, like I said, and great concentration there, making the catch near the 5.
They'll be marked down, I believe, at about the 6. So we'll be first and goal. Smith and Egbuka line up either side. One man in the backfield is Judkins. Howard, handoff. Judkins somehow held on to that, and he'll be down right at about the 2, maybe a 1. Not really sure what happened there, Chase. It looked like there's a little miscommunication. I mean, Judkins almost dropped the ball. Like, what a weird play that was.
Howard went scrambling for it. I guess the way it bounced off, and a great concentration there by Judkins to hold on to it as it was falling almost behind him.
A very tough play there from Judkins. Able to concentrate and keep a hold on to the ball. He's still in the backfield. Howard under center. Handoff Judkins trying to move his way forward. That's a Buckeye touchdown. They do indeed go 2 for 2. And this time it's Judkins from 1 yard out. It's a 1-yard rushing touchdown for number 1 for the Buckeyes as they go up 13 early.
Back-to-back drives, incredibly efficient, about 2.5 minutes each. And now looking to go up 14-0, and they're making it look pretty easy so far.
10 total plays, and they already have 2 touchdowns inside 7 minutes. So Ohio State will now attempt the extra point. Snap is good. Hold is better. And the kick is down the middle. So, an absolute clinic so far from OSU. They've only ran 10 plays, and they already have 14 points. Judkins this time was able to run it in from 1 yard out, making it look easy. Great work there by the offensive line. How about this first quarter so far, Chase, from OSU?
I mean, it's been electric. Ohio State fans must absolutely be ecstatic looking at what's going on right now, and we'll just have to see if Tennessee can respond.
We'll see if they can respond when we return in just a moment here on Given 5 Media. And we are back here on Give 'em 5 Media. Ohio State set to kick it away. It is 14-0. As kicking it off again will be Jaden Fielding. And we are back underway again. And this one will be fair caught, and it'll be first down and 10 at the 25-yard line. And you gotta imagine we need to see something different from Nico in this Tennessee offense, Chase.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, 3 and out, not the way to do it to start. And like we said, Sampson, incredible back for them. And even just the thought that Ohio State has to have on him could possibly open up the passing. Obviously, we didn't see that in the first drive, but hopefully Nico's okay and the offense can lead to something stronger.
Nico does stay in, and he'll have the chance to see what he can do on first and 10 from the 25. Handoff Sampson, cutting it to the left side. He's going to lose yards on the play. Multiple Buckeyes defenders in there to make the stop. Hamilton was one of them, along with Williams, number 91. It's a loss of 1.
Yeah, going with Bishop on that handoff and trying to get a different thought did not work.
Imalev under massive duress, and he's going to go down. That's a sack. Sacked there by the 44 of JT Tuimoloau. It's a big loss. It'll be third and very long.
Tuimoloau leading the team in sacks, had 6 in the regular season, and just doing what he does best, finding an absolutely open lane and taking down the quarterback.
Tennessee in dealing with all sorts of problems. -6 offensive yards. Ohio State's at 133. Third and 23. Play action. Screen pass is blocked at the line. And the referees will indeed blow it dead. It is incomplete. But the struggle continues for Tennessee. They are having significant issues.
Sawyer doing a great job just getting the hand up at the right time. And like you said, Robbie, it's just not going Tennessee's way right now. And it's going to be a 4th and very long to punt.
6:58 to go, first quarter. Ohio State leading Tennessee 14-0. Ross on the punt for the second time. Caleb Downs is back to return. We'll see if they even get the snap off. Whistles come in, and this is going to be a delay of game penalty. So now it will be 4th down and probably like 27, 28 after this penalty. It is delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, and will remain 4th down. So now 4th and 28. So now, if you really look at the total yards number, Tennessee has -11, and Ohio State has 133. Not the start you were hoping for in a big game like this.
Not at all. Continuing to shoot themselves in the foot and just hopefully getting this kickoff this time.
Play clock inside 15. They do get the snap off, and the punt is away. Downs, he might have muffed it, and they say yes, he did, but he's able to fall on top of it at the 41-yard line. And that is where the Buckeyes will take over. Not really sure what that was about. Downs did muff it. It's a very rare occurrence to see from a guy like Caleb Downs. Ohio State will have it on first down. When we return from this short break here on Give 'em 5 Media. Welcome back to college football on Give 'em 5. Just coming out of a break now. It is 1st and 10. Coming up for Will Howard. They've already scored more points than their entire game against Michigan their last time out. And they'll have it on 1st and 10 with 6:48 to go in the first quarter. Howard drops the throw, fakes the screen, rolling right. He's going to throw on the run. He's just going to throw it away.
Good job by Howard, being smart, and just getting out, not seeing anything with the screen, and looked downfield, knew the pressure behind him, just able to get it out.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Will Howard, the transfer from Kansas State, in his likely only season here at OSU. You'll have two guys in the backfield with them with two receivers left. Howard drops the throw off the double play action, pass out to Henderson across the 45 and across midfield, and it'll be right at the line to gain. It will be a first down. It's a gain of 10.
Like you've seen all game by their offense, just play action, trying to get good motion going, and we saw their short throw to Henderson, but able to get the open field and move forward for the first.
Ohio State into Tennessee territory already as they're going to hand it off to Henderson. He's getting tripped up right away. Dominic Bailey able to break through the offensive line. It'll be a loss of 1.
Yeah, good job at Tennessee. Just trying to slow down what has been absolutely exponential momentum for Ohio State, and able to get a loss of 1.
Howard in the shotgun on 2nd and 11 with 3 receivers, right, 1 left. You can see in the middle towards the bottom of the hash marks, it is Abuka and Smith right next to each other. We'll see if that makes an impact. Howard drops the throw, fires middle, complete. Jeremiah Smith across the 45 and shy of the 40. And it'll be 3rd down and medium for OSU.
The easy slant option there. Smith with just enough separation over the middle and got good yardage for a very reasonable 3rd down.
So 3rd and 5. Jeremiah Smith, 3 catches for 61 yards. He had the opening touchdown of this contest. 3 receivers right, 1 left of Will Howard. 1 man in the backfield, Henderson. Howard drops the throw. Looking right. Fires right side. It's complete. Abuka stays in bounds. It'll be down across the 30. And that's another first down for OSU. They are clicking on offense.
A great job by every facet of this Ohio State offense. The offensive line giving Howard the time to find Abuka, who is just able to get completely open and get the first down.
Tried to spin away from a couple tacklers. There is a whistle. We'll have a stoppage. Didn't realize the clock stopped. It stops with 4.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Remember, we are still in the first quarter, and Ohio State's already threatening to put up 21 in the opening period. Not what you were thinking of when you saw the 8-9 matchup of the college football playoff, a game that a lot of people picked Tennessee to win, Chase.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw how successful they've been throughout the season, and just a team like Ohio State, besides, of course, the matchup against Michigan, we know how strong they are as well, but it's especially shocking how it's gone so far.
The player who got hurt was Elijah Simmons in the number 10 in white. So we'll see who will come in as his replacement in a moment. And don't forget, the winner of this matchup gets Oregon. And if you remember, we know how Oregon, Ohio State ended last time. So I don't know if Oregon would be that pleased of having to face the Buckeyes again. But we'll see what happens if the Buckeyes can continue the momentum. Because they have it on 1st down and 10. 164 total yards already for Howard and the Buckeyes. As he fakes the toss, Howard rolling right, fires pass complete. It's out of bounds, and it will be for a loss. Scott Jr. was the one to make the catch. It'll be a loss of about 3, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Yeah, just a little panicked on the rollout and throw there. Unfortunately, the momentum making them unable to get anything positive out of that. But seeing how it's gone for Ohio State so far, see if that's going to stifle in any way how they've been moving down the field.
They've been nearly perfect in the early stages of this contest. They have one man in motion, Abuka. Play action. No, it's a handoff to Henderson. Gets past one defender at the 25, 15, 10, 5. He's gone. Ohio State makes their statement. That's another Buckeye touchdown. Ravion Henderson. And the Buckeyes are pouring it on. It's going to be likely 21-0, and we're still in the first quarter.
Absolutely absurd. 3 touchdowns scored by Ohio State to none of Tennessee, with still a good amount of time to spare, 3.5 minutes in the first. And Henderson just got completely open field after the motioning there by Ohio State, which they've done all night and has already shown incredible success.
They motioned to Buka from right to left, and they went with the inside zone. And the Buckeyes, extra point, terrible snap. They found a way to get the hold down. A little bit of the yips, but regardless, it is 21-0 OSU. We'll take a look at this play one more time, Chase.
Yeah, looking at here, just the movement of, as we said, Ibuka, but also the offensive line, just getting that opening. And it's all Henderson moving out and just finding nothing but open grass down the sideline and in for the score.
Got right past Jalen McMurray, the defensive back, to finish off the run. But the offensive line creating the holes that Henderson needed. And when he starts to move, you cannot stop Travion Henderson. As Ohio State is in complete control. They lead this one 21-0 inside 12 minutes. So if you were expecting a close competitive ball game, I'm not sure you looked into, you may have asked the right person. Maybe ChatGPT could have helped you there, but we are back underway again. As this one will go through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee, this is already a very critical drive for them, and it's the first quarter.
Yeah, not what you wanted to see as a Vols fan, and Tennessee's definitely going to be grasping for some other kind of option because all they've seen is pressure, and it's been getting home.
It's been able to get home, and Tennessee has been able to respond to the pressure as well as you would expect. But they will have it on first down, trying to get anything going. And they got trips to the right with one receiver left. One man in motion. Now it's a bunch. Handoff. No, it's a keeper with Iamaleava, and he's got green grass. And this is something you haven't said tonight yet. That's a volunteer first down with Nico Iamaleava.
Absolutely right, Robbie. They definitely had to get a little bit interesting with that, and they went with the QB run. That got them positive yardage.
First down of the game for the Vols. Muffed snap. Nico able to continue the play. Pass over the middle. It is broken up. Not the worst play there. It's already a broken play, but Nico trying to extend it. But unfortunately, the receiver was not able to come up with it.
Yeah, it was a whole lot of red over the middle where he was looking for number 5, Brew McCoy, and he's lucky that it just ended up being a drop pass.
Two receivers now either side of Iamaleava. Nico trying to get anything going for this volunteer offense. They trailed 21-0 early. Play action. Pass is spiked and incomplete. And it'll be third down and 10.
Potentially tipped at the line.
Indeed, it was.
Yep, completely taken there.
JT Tui Moilau was the one who was able to get the block in. He has been causing all sorts of problems. This Tennessee offensive line, and for Nico, he's yet to complete a pass, and there's 2:51 left in the first quarter. The struggle is real for the Vols. Third down. Iamaleava is going to take off and run. He's got a load of room to go. Jukes by one and gets the first down. You got to find some form of offense somewhere. And it's been Nico and his legs. That's 12 and a big first down for Tennessee.
Exactly right. Just even with the QB spy managed there, Nico, like I said, doing strong rushing.
Nico is under pressure this time, and down he goes. Jack Sawyer able to cause the pressure off the edge. It's a big loss on first down.
They've seen pressure every single down, and Sawyer got a tip of the ball earlier, and this time able to get home. Second leading in sacks for the regular season for Ohio State, doing what he does best.
It's a loss of 7 on the play. He was pretty limited in that game against Michigan. Got a lot of criticism after the Michigan game anyway, and has been able to respond well early in this one. Handoff, left side, big hit. And it's only a gain of about 3. The handoff was to Sampson, and he'll only get a couple back. So now, after the strong start to the drive for Tennessee, they now have a third and very long 14.
And they're going to be quickly trying to get something here.
Iamaleava in the shotgun. They do get set quick. Inside 80 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Ohio State, if you're just joining us, have been in complete control, leading this one 21-0. But Tennessee trying to find their response. Iamaleava drops the throw. He wants to look left side. He's forced to move around in the pocket. Stiff arm Sawyer. Nico trying to take off and throw. He's got a man almost intercepted. No flags. That was so close to being one of the best plays of the playoffs so far. Tennessee was surprised there was no penalty call. We'll take a look at this one again. What do you think of this one, Chase?
It was a great job by Nico, the scrambling to get out and the throw. While a little offline, there definitely is a reason for the sideline to be upset about no call. There's a bit of grabbing there by Ohio State, but nevertheless, not a call there, and they'll punt.
Another punt, almost blocked again. Line drive kick, bounces inside the 10, and will bounce all the way into the end zone. It will be a touchback with under a minute to go in the first quarter, as Ohio State will get the ball back, leading 21-0. Have been the ones in complete control so far. Over 160 total yards of offense already. They've, of course, have the 3 touchdowns. It's just been their day so far.
Absolutely been able to spread it out, of course, with their 2 running backs in Henderson and Judkins. And even as we saw with the Smith touchdown early, and of course, Igbuka, spreading it out, and just anything that they're doing is working right now.
It's been a theme all day so far. Ohio State looking to continue the momentum. They have 1 man in motion. Dropping the throw is Howard. Screen pass right. Pass complete Judkins. He shoved out of bounds with about 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's a gain of about 5. And it will be second and medium. Ohio State getting to the line. Low snap. Handoff Judkins. Bounces left. Jukes by 1. And we'll get the first down. And that should take us, after a long time, to the end of the first quarter. And it looks like it will. Yes, it will. That will take us to the end of the first quarter. Dominance by Ohio State. And that might be an understatement. 21 points, over 180 total yards so far. We'll see if they can continue that momentum when we return here on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Showcase. We are back on Given 5 Media's Saturday showcase game. Ohio State in control. They lead 21-0 at the start of the second quarter. It'll be Ohio State on 1st and 10. And they will have a comfortable lead already. And it's just been their night so far, Chase.
Absolutely. I mean, just the yards comparison, 205 for Ohio State to 16 for Tennessee. And that's coming off of a couple of QB runs. So obviously the first quarter is painted a completely Ohio State's way.
They'll have it on 1st down. Handoff Judkins. Able to spin past one, but can't get by another. We'll get about maybe 2 or 3. Favorite notes from the first half. Tennessee, 0 passing yards. I think that paints the story perfectly for where we are in this game. Because Tennessee have not completed a pass. They have not done a lot on offense. And they have 3 punts. And Ohio State, who've been in control offensively to start this game, are now on 2nd and 7. Quick pass outside Abuka across the 40-45. And that is a 1st down for Emeka Abuka. It's a gain of about 10 and a 1st down for OSU.
And just the epitome of what they did all first quarter. A little play action, a little motion, and then relatively short throws. And guys like Abuka and Henderson and even Smith have been able to just turn what's normally 3-4 yard gains into 1st downs and potential large plays.
Both Abuka and Smith have over 60 receiving yards apiece. Will Howard drops the throw again. He wants a man deep, has to step up in the pocket, takes off and runs across midfield. Howard tries to get past another, but no, he goes down at about the 48. So it'll be 2nd down and about 6, maybe 5. But how about Howard able to step up in the pocket, go through the reads, didn't find a man open, was just able to take off and run.
Obviously, Tennessee has had their only offensive success with QB runs, but Ohio State's showing that not only are they going to do it in passing and rushing sense traditionally, but also with the quarterback as well.
Howard drops the throw on 2nd and short. Pass over the middle, incomplete. And it'll be one of the few times we've said this today, 3rd down, Ohio State.
Yeah, Tennessee finally able to break through, getting good pressure on Howard. Had to rush that short throw and just a little too low, causing the incompletion.
Howard was only his 3rd incompletion today. He's 11 for 14 for 170 yards. And, of course, the touchdown from earlier to Jeremiah Smith. And you'll have it on 3rd and 4. One man in motion, that's Judkins. Drops the throw, is Howard. His pass is blocked at the line, picked up by Howard, and is able to maybe get a yard? I'm not even sure. His pass was blocked. He caught it at the line, trying to move forward, and it's going to be 4th down anyway.
Yeah, Howard showed a little bit of anger with himself. Not able to get anything out of that, but just surprising everyone that he's able to have the awareness to make that catch and keep it up as they're still on the field for 4th.
Offense is staying on the field. 69% 4th down conversion percentage. One man in motion, it's Abuka. Howard drops the throw. Over the middle, pass is complete. Jeremiah Smith gets past 1, gets past 2, is able to find his way out of bounds. Jeremiah Smith, in big moments, able to help this Ohio State bunch. That's a big 1st down and a 4th down conversion.
With a 21-0 lead, it makes it a lot easier with the decisions like a 4th and 4. But just as they've shown all game long, just little short passes and seeing what the receivers or backs can do. And that was a good play by Smith.
Do have a player down. Not really sure who it is. But what we do know is that Ohio State, it has gotten 3 touchdowns on their first 3 drives. We'll keep it with you here. 21-0 with 12-17 to go. Robbie Basel. Alongside Chase Caridi for the final opening round playoff contest. And it's been one-sided. And that the way Tennessee's looking, it looks like they haven't had the best first half.
Yeah, absolutely. They've seemed very overmatched. Obviously, going into this, a lot of people thinking with the seeding and how Ohio State looked last against Michigan, a lot of questions coming up about the defense and the play of Howard and just the team as a whole, but they've shut down a lot of those thoughts with just the first quarter and what they've shown in the second so far.
It's been completely one-sided, and that's not really what you were hoping for, for the big game of the night, one of the more hyped up games of the first round. And real quick, just to show you again, how did we get here? We had our four first round contests. We had Notre Dame, Indiana last night when Notre Dame winning at home. Penn State winning at home against SMU, and Texas winning at home against Clemson. And if you're about to say, Robbie and Chase, hasn't there been a big theme in all three games? Yes, there has. All three home teams have won their opening round playoff games so far. And from the looks of it, we're going to see number 4, and not by as close as you were thinking it was going to be probably a couple days ago.
Not at all. And it's going to be interesting, especially how people have seen this playoff picture, trying out this new format. And so far, it seemed a little bit predictable, but again, we'll have to see how it all pans out. But definitely for now, especially with this matchup, not too great.
Yeah, it's been one-sided so far, but still. It's just a couple weeks ago against Michigan, have been. And if we take a look at some of the highlights so far in man coverage, it's been a big half for Jeremiah Smith.
Absolutely. And Ohio State as a whole not being too complicated with routes downfield, a lot of vertical play. And then, as we've said all broadcast, the motions, the play action, just getting their eyes off of the ball initially. And that's enough to get open lanes for a lot of these Ohio State position players.
Handoff on first down. Henderson bounces off one tackle, tries to get past the second, but is unable to. And on first down, he gets about halfway towards another as it's a gain of about 5. It'll be second and short.
He's bouncing off a man, getting good yardage, as we've said about Jeremiah Smith. Incredible season, and just keeps going here in the playoffs after getting that long touchdown and being just another part in this chain that just keeps moving them down the field incredibly efficiently.
Broken multiple Ohio State freshman records. Howard on the keeper tries to get to the edge, is not really able to, and is able to get to right about the 30. But you talked about Jeremiah Smith. He's able to have some of the better catches of the season so far. We'll saw that one against Michigan State. We've seen a little bit of acrobatics against Iowa. I mean, how about the plays he can make? Able to stiff arm a man as well after the play. He's really is the definition, you could say, of a game changer.
Absolutely incredible concentration. And as we've seen through Ohio State and into the National Football League, a lot of success for the guys coming out.
Howard over the middle, pass complete. It's Jeremiah Smith again. Ohio State having their way early. And that's another first down.
Just again, Smith, what else needs to be said? Just absolutely with enough separation, which doesn't have to be much for him, able to get enough for the first and just continue to move the chains.
21-0. Ohio State in the red zone again. Felt like we've said that a lot early on. Play action. Howard drops the throw. Fires middle. It is. Is that intercepted? It is. Something has gone Tennessee's way and they might have found new life. The ball was tipped, it was in the air, and Tennessee may have gotten themselves a forced turnover.
Howard immediately saying no, as Smith again almost looked like he was going to make an incredible catch. As with the camera angle, not easy to see if his feet were down.
Ooh,
Looking no, but again, great concentration by Smith initially, and then Brooks making that attempt for the Vols.
it was Carter who was able to defend Smith well, but is that foot down? That's so close. It is so close. Oh man, how big of a play this could be. Will Brooks, as of right now, the starting free safety, will be credited with an interception. It is so close. A matter of millimeters if his foot is on the ground, Chase.
Incredibly so. I mean, looking at the angle here, it's very, very minuscule on the margin for error, possibly. Ruled an interception. We'll see if that's enough to get it overturned.
With how close this could be, and how close it is, rather, you would think there's like, oh, look at that angle. This is incredible. How close this play is. Is it enough to overturn it, though? And that's the one question you're going to be asking yourselves. Let's see. Stands. It does stand. So Tennessee gets their break. It is not enough to overturn. Howard is throwing an interception. It's Will Brooks' fourth interception of the season. How big of a play that could be over the course of this contest. It's the first turnover of the night. But Tennessee, they need to capitalize now.
I mean, as we've seen throughout many college football matches, it becomes little momentum, things like that can completely turn things, and we'll see how Tennessee on the offense can help the defense on that great play out.
Iamaleava in the shotgun on 1st and 10. He'll drop the throw, step up. It's a QB design run, and he'll get about 4. Not really sure about the extracurriculars from Ohio State at the end of that play. It's a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6.
Trying to do what's been successful, going straight to the QB run, and we'll see what they do next.
Nico drops the throw. He's going to lob one. Perfect placement. That's what you've seen out of Nico Iamaleava all year. Pass complete to Brew McCoy. 1st down.
McCoy finding a pocket there as they're rushing to the line very quickly on these back-to-back plays.
Iamaleava looking to throw again. Fires. Complete. I believe it is caught. Yes, it is. That's back-to-back completions. Squirrel White making the catch there. The first 2 completions of the entire game for Nico on back-to-back throws.
Finally getting the ball out quick enough, airing it through, and they're seeing success early in this drive.
Player is down, though. It looks like a little bit of a hamstring issue for Squirrel White, who just made that last catch. One of the speedy receivers on this Tennessee offense. I want to talk about a difference maker. That is one of your guys. And we'll quickly step aside as they tend to white. You've been watching the Given 5 Media Saturday Showcase as we continue with more right after this. We are back. College football playoff action rolls on. A very interesting situation we have right now. Tennessee is finally starting to move the ball. They just had an injury timeout, 9:03 to go first half. It was one-sided for the first quarter, but Tennessee are able to force a turnover, get into Ohio State territory for the first time tonight, and now have an opportunity on this drive to get right back into this contest.
Yeah, and it all started off with Will Brooks making an absolutely incredible interception in the end zone, and now his team trying to offensively put it all together, and they've shown some good stuff that we haven't seen all first quarter and start a second with a couple of pass plays getting them into Ohio State territory.
I am Aleva. Play action. Quick slant. It is, I believe, incomplete. Yes, they said incomplete. It will be 2nd and 10. It looked like there was a drop. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. The big theme of the first quarter, we'll actually speak on it in a moment, as they are running a play handoff up the middle, this time with Bishop, and he'll get about half of the distance back. In the first quarter, Tennessee had 0 passing yards, and they've already gotten, that's been one of their big themes on this drive, is through the passing attack. But also, usually their offense goes through Dylan Sampson. He's on the sideline right now. We've seen throughout today the star running backs not on the field that much. And you saw that recently with Clemson and Texas, and at points with Notre Dame, Indiana from last night. Iamaleava has to step up, fires, is hit as he throws. That pass is it intercepted? It is! Ohio State get their response. Nico took a big shot, and it's taken away by Igbenussen. But never mind, it won't count. Personal foul, roughing the passer.
That is absolutely devastating for Ohio State. Of course, wanting to stop any kind of momentum from Tennessee, and look like they did exactly that by getting to Nico, pressuring him, and causing an errant throw. But unfortunately, just at the end of the play, the slamming down, I mean, that's going to get the flag as soon as they see the quarterback hit the ground, especially near his head like that.
Dangerous play. We're not hoping Nico is okay. But look at this play again by Igbenussen, fighting with Brew McCoy, and was able to come up with that. If you remember from recent games, Igbenussen, in some of these bigger moments, has gotten penalized a lot. There was able to fight for it, but it won't count, as there was a roughing the passer penalty. Nico stays in, and they're in the red zone now, Tennessee. Play action. Iamaleava. Pass complete to McCoy across the 15 and down at about the 13. So now Tennessee, in a very dangerous spot, have a chance to capitalize off a forced turnover and multiple OSU miscues.
Tennessee, like you said, trying to turn it around and get into guys like McCoy and White. They've seen success in the short throws now. Slowly but surely putting the play together here. See if they can keep it down all the way to the end zone.
Play clock inside 7. Bishop in the backfield. Play clock down to 5. And we're going to get false start against Tennessee. So we'll go to about a 2nd and I believe 9. But the first penalty on the drive for the Volunteers today, with 7:08 to go in the first half. One other theme we saw earlier, we'll take a look at this play once more. It looks like the left guard. Yeah, number 70 was the one who jumped. There have been big moments where the visiting team has gotten into the red zone and didn't capitalize. Hopefully we don't see the same, because for what it's worth, a lot of people who are viewing this game need a close game. And so far, it's been very one-sided, but Tennessee trying to punch one home. They'll have it on 2nd and 9. Nico fires left side behind his man. And it'll be 3rd and 9.
The big confusion there is now it will be 3rd down. Try to go quickly to the side and just unable to find anything. Trying to find Brazel, but offline.
Chris Brazel, who hasn't really been involved in the first half. That was his first target of the game. So Tennessee in very crucial situation. 1 of 4 on 3rd down. And they'll have it on 3rd and 9. Nico in the shotgun with Bishop in the backfield. A lot of communication at the line. Nico drops the throw. Nico lobs one in the back of the end zone. Looking for McCoy. It's incomplete. Good coverage there on the back of the end zone by Ohio State. Not a bad ball, but it will result in a 4th down.
Like you said, it was a good throw, just unfortunately unable to get around to it is McCoy. Look what's there on the defense by Ohio State, but nevertheless an incomplete. We'll see if Tennessee can put points on the board.
Lorenzo Styles was the one who made the breakup, and Max Gilbert will be on for the field goal try. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is down the middle. So Tennessee is able to get into the red zone, but only come away with 3. They're on the board, but might need more if they want to stay in this one. It is now Tennessee trailing 21-3 here on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Night Showcase. Don't go anywhere. We are back here on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Showcase, 21-3. The score now in our contest as Tennessee is set to kick it away. They had opportunities there, Chase. They really did. Kick will go through the back of the end zone. Downs will just let it go. So Howard coming off of the interception, it's a difficult thing usually to come back off of on the next drive, any interception. But if you look at his numbers, he's looked really solid in this game. 14 of 18 for 190, a touchdown, and of course the one interception. First down and 10 for OSU. They lead by score of 21-3. Handoff Judkins bouncing off tackles, and he will get about one. That's the type of stop you need if you are the Tennessee defense.
Absolutely, just a standard handoff there, and got stuff. Definitely expect to see a lot more with their success has been, which is the play action and motioning.
You haven't seen a lot of motion in the second quarter. You'll see a little bit of it now. One man in motion. Howard drops the throw. Pass complete left side. Henderson gets past one, jukes by another, but is not able to get the first down. Ohio State's appealing for a face mask, but didn't look like the Tennessee defender got the face mask. So it'll be third and about 2. Good move there by Henderson, though. How about that juke to the inside?
Nice little play there, and just as we said, it took the motion of Henderson going all the way across the field and then getting the pickup near the line of scrimmage. And like we said, a couple of nice moves. But third and 2, see how they respond.
Third down and 2. 4 receivers left. Pass complete on the screen to Abuka, but Tennessee is able to blow it up. How big of a play is that by James Pierce Jr.? It is a tackle for a loss, and it's fourth down.
Very interesting formation. I mean, going with the screen, but in such close quarters, it's very, very odd.
They went screen to Mecca Abuka, but were not able to come away with really anything in the end. And now Ohio State has to punt for the first time today with about 4:40 to go. Low snap, but they are able to get it away. It's a short punt, but takes a very good Ohio State bounce. And will roll and will be downed by the Buckeyes with 4:21 to go in the first half. But for Tennessee, they are finally able to get their first stop of Ohio State that wasn't forcing a turnover. Of course, the interception to now 2 drives ago for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Now Tennessee, we've said it once and we'll say it again. They need to capitalize. Now this is where they have to start settling in at this point in the game.
I mean, there's nothing else you can say. Getting that punt, they've gotten them to fourth down, but with Ohio State cruising, they were just able to completely get over that and convert on that fourth down earlier in the game. But having to punt there, it's definitely changes some mindsets in both teams, and hopefully, for Tennessee's sake, to get the ball rolling once again.
Total yards 259 to 68 as Tennessee will have it on first down. Handoff up the middle, breaking tackles was Peyton Lewis. He's going to get stopped eventually after a gain of, we'll call it 6. So not a bad run on first down. And Tennessee will now start to show some energy as they're going to keep going with the pace. Nico keeps it, takes a big hit, but is able to move forward. Crunching hit by Tui Moilau. And it'll be third down and about 2.
Seeing all kinds of contact through the runs by the quarterback, as we just saw Squirrel White walking up through the tunnel. Tough there, and now third down, we'll see what they can do.
3rd and 2. Nico's going to keep on the design QB run, trying to reach for the first down. I think he might have gotten it, and he's right at the line to gain. Yes, he did. First down, Tennessee.
As we've said, what they've been successful in. Of course, traditionally, you don't want to see a quarterback taking this much contact and hits early in this game, but doing what it takes and diving forward for Tennessee first, which, of course, besides last drive, they haven't seen much of.
First down. Nico throws the quick screen, left side, pass complete to Brazil, and he will get a good amount of yards on first down. It's a gain of about 6, and we'll have about 2nd and short for the Vols, and they're keeping up the pace. Both teams are able to substitute there. Nico trying to switch the play at the line. 2.5 minutes to go. Still trying to direct traffic is Nico Iamaleva.
And the clock tick here.
Nico, handoff. Lewis moving his way forward, and that is a first down. And that will likely take us to the 2-minute warning. And indeed it will. So Tennessee not able to get the snap off. As we will head to a break. 2 minutes to go in the first half here on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Showcase. Ohio State were in control for most of this one, but Tennessee's trying to find a response. Final 2 minutes of the first half is next when we return. Final 2 minutes of the first half set to come on Give 'em 5 Media. It has been mainly one-sided, but the last couple of minutes, Tennessee have kind of found their stride a little bit, Chase.
Absolutely, on both sides, you saw the offense start to click and the defense getting a turnover and then forcing a punt. Again, only able to get a field goal so far in this first half, but hopefully end things well here, potentially scoring in these final 2 minutes.
We haven't seen Dylan Sampson really at all tonight. He's only had 2 rushes for 6 yards for the Vols. We'll see what Tennessee can do in these final 2 minutes of the first half. They'll have the ball at the 43. It is a first down. I'm sure on the graphics is second down. First and 10. Dropping the throw is Nico. Pass complete and out of bounds. Good work there by the receiver for Tennessee. Is a first down. It's a gain of right around 11 with 1:54 to go. Ohio State's substituting, so that's why the play is stopped. Nico shouting instructions at the line. Ball at the 46. Nico Iamaleava, 5 of 12 for 62 yards. It's been a struggle so far of the playoff. The road quarterbacks are mainly not having off to the strongest start. Nico under major pressure, rolling out to his right. He's going to try to take off and run, and we'll get some good yards. Was under major pressure and just had to take off and go. And we'll get about 4.
Good job there, not forcing anything. And besides starting out early with a lot of incompletions, both he and the rest of Tennessee's offense been pretty smart with the ball so far.
They're going to pass it here on 2nd and 6. Nico slips, able to get it away, but what a hit that is to force the incompletion. That was the number 0 of Cody Simon, the hard-hitting linebacker. From behind on Bishop, able to force the incompletion and a critical third down.
Yeah, like you said, after the slipping there, or just trying to get the ball out quick was a bit too high and left Bishop open to the hit, which came down quite strong.
3rd down and 6. Tennessee trying to get some points as they try to get into this first half, still in this. Dropping the throw is Nico Iamaleava. Pass is complete right at the line to gain. I don't know if he got it or not. They're going to say no. And now if you are Tennessee, you got to go for this right away. 4th down and 1. Handoff up the middle is going to be a first down and more. And the best part about this with college rules, clock does stop, is a first down.
An easy pickup there for Bishop. Able to get incredibly close with the catch by the tight end, Miles Kitzelman, to get down just 1 yard short of the sticks, and then just an easy handoff. As now we'll see what they can do with a fresh set of downs.
Ball to 29 inside a minute ago. Nico firing right, complete, breaking tackles across the 20, and we'll see if they stay out of bounds. Yes. It's a first down for Dante Thornton Jr. Back-to-back plays result in the first down. And Tennessee are right into a very dangerous position again. They're at the 15-yard line, and they'll have it on first down once more. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Nico drops the throw. Pass is blocked at the line by Sawyer again. It'll be 2nd and 10.
So we already got one tip earlier in the game, and that one much closer to his hands. Able to get fully on top of it, but nevertheless just an incompletion as Tennessee looking to settle in once again.
2nd and 10, 48 seconds to go. The ball at the 15-yard line. Halftime just moments away here on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Night Showcase. Robbie, Basel, Chase Caridi. What has been a lopsided first half so far. But here's a handoff, or more of a keeper with Nico. And he gets about 8. And we'll have whistles and a timeout.
Great resiliency, as we've seen through Nico getting hit in the backfield and hit on contact, but just trudging forward no matter what. And on that draw right up the gut, seemed initially stopped, almost kicked out towards the defender. But able to get down with good yardage. Still looking to move forward for a score here late in the first half.
Not sure it called a timeout. It was indeed Tennessee, so the graphic was right. And it'll be a timeout by the Vols. They will have 2 remaining in about 42 seconds remaining in this first half. Coming up At the halftime report, analysis of this first half and quick score reviews of what has happened today in college football in the first round, including the dramatics in Texas from just a couple of hours ago, and also a blowout, and so what some would consider another blowout. All that and more during the Given Five Saturday Showcase halftime report. 21-3, third down and 2. Nico in the shotgun with one in the backfield, 2 receivers either side. Play clock inside 10. Nico, direct snap. He's going to take it himself. He's going to get the first down, so the clock will stop. It'll be first down and goal to go with about 35 seconds remaining. But now this is where the time where you got to get up and go if you are Tennessee. Clock is running. Down inside of 30 seconds. Nico, handoff. Breaking tackles is Foster, but he's not able to get in. And we're going to get whistles and the second charge timeout by Tennessee. They will have one remaining.
The running game doing good stuff right now, both Nico and Bishop, but still not in the end zone yet. But with a good amount of time, one timeout left and 24 seconds, just a few yards out. It's going to take a lot, but the Ohio State defense definitely has been able to handle a lot of animosity.
Correction on that last run. It was Bishop. Good correction there from you, Chase. Thought it was Lewis, but no, it was Bishop. So it is second and goal. 16th play of this drive. With 24 seconds to go. Ohio State trying to make their stand and keep this an 18-point lead. Right now, they have to stop this Tennessee offense. They've had the ball for what's felt like a century at this point. First quarter, they had 16 total yards. Second quarter, they've had 129. Tennessee getting back into this game. They need to punch this one in. In the backfield is Bishop. Nico will take it himself. Gets past one. He's in! Touchdown, Nico Iamaleava and the Vols.
I mean, we said it was the first key that got the Tennessee offense moving, even when they had still not scored. Just a couple of runs were able to get first downs, and just like we saw in this touchdown drive, that's all it took. And 79 yards down the way, a lot of it had to do with the quarterback's legs and resiliency.
The resiliency and how many hits did Nico take all that drive? It felt like a million of them. But resiliency really helping the Vols there. A drive where they needed to score and needed to capitalize. They were able to do so. As the snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is good. And just like that, it's 21-10. So hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have a blowout today, as Tennessee are right back in this ball game.
Absolutely. Again, just on this run, Nico finding the open hole, and like you said, a close game, and the momentum is completely in the Vols' direction right now.
Nico able to run it in from 3 yards out, able to finish it off, as is now Ohio State 21, Tennessee 10. So Tennessee, who had no points in the first quarter and 16 total yards, have limited Ohio State to 0 points in the second quarter and have now found themselves only down by 11 points. When you really think about it, Chase, it could have been much more.
Absolutely. Again, just comes down to that Brooks interception, and they've really turned it around, getting a field goal and a touchdown just in the second quarter. with about 20 seconds left to go for Ohio State. We'll have to see what can happen.
If you're Ohio State, are you kneeling this out? Are you going for points? What do you think is the strategy here?
I think realistically, it'd be a lot easier to kneel this down, but perhaps as a potential thought towards momentum, seeing what they could do, bringing out offensively any kind of firepower. We'll see what they decide to do.
You want to talk about firepower? They have a couple of guys on the field right now. They have one man in motion, and they're just going to hand it off. Big run for Travion Henderson into the second level, hurdles a man, and that's a first down. So hold on a minute here. Travion Henderson able to hurdle one of the Tennessee defensive backs. And now this is going to be the second timeout for Ohio State. So you were saying, Chase, they might go for points and momentum. Well, this hurdle by Travion Henderson could certainly swing the momentum in some way.
I mean, that definitely starts to hype up not just the offense, but the team as a whole, potentially looking for something here. Again, still a good amount of way to even attempt a field goal, but 15 seconds of timeout. Some good pass plays here could potentially get them close to being the final say in this first half.
So Travion Henderson trots back out onto the field. We're seconds away from halftime after a very, very long first half. Ohio State leading 21-10. They have 15 seconds and one timeout. Two receivers left, one right. Howard drops the throw. Howard, left side complete and out of bounds. 11 seconds left. It's a good pass to the tight end. That is Scott Jr. And that will be now about second and short. Jaden Fielding's career long is 47 yards. So you realistically think you got to get 23 yards in 11 seconds. Tough ask.
Definitely a tall order. But again, just trying to get something, we'll see how they go.
Howard, pass complete over the middle. Henderson, he's going to get a lot of the yards back on this play. Clock will stop. 5 seconds to go. And it looks like Ohio State will burn the final timeout. And they will possibly go for the field goal.
I mean, this is a decision that a lot of teams have to come to when they get just close enough to field goal range. And a good job there. Not looking for much as Howard and allowing Henderson to do most of the work. But again, bit far out from what we see is possible. But it comes out of this or a Hail Mary, and well, both seem like we said, a tall ask. See, the decision is here.
Talk about Will Howard's first half. He's gotten over 215 passing yards. They're going to go with the field goal from Fielding. 9 of 12 on the season. He struggled, by the way, against Michigan just a couple weeks ago. This will be a field goal attempt. 56 yards. They will go for the field goal rather than the Hail Mary from right down the middle. Snap good. Hold good. Kick. It's duck hooking to the left. It is no good. And that will take us to the end of the first half. Tennessee have all the momentum and will get the ball to start the second half. When we return, we'll talk a little bit about this first half and more when we return here on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Showcase. the halftime report here on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday showcase. Ohio State leading the Tennessee Volunteers by a score of 21-10 as we take a look at some first half stats for you so far. And it was all Ohio State in the first quarter. But ever since then, Chase, Tennessee has really grown into this game.
Yeah, no, it came down to a very, very acrobatic interception by Will Brooks in the end zone for Tennessee, and that really changed the momentum as Tennessee was able to charge down the field, get a field goal, and then on the consecutive drive, get a punt from Ohio State and go all the way down the field and get a touchdown. Ran in by the quarterback, Nico Iamaleava.
Nico has been solid after that very slow first half, and you're expecting, if you're wanting to pick some things to watch out for in the second half, would you say for Tennessee it's the hopeful elevation of the play of Nico Iamaleava?
I mean, we've seen with his legs, and after what was a pretty horrific start passing wise, they were able to get some good either checkdowns or get to the sideline for some passes. But again, we'll have to see mostly with the rushing game. But obviously, Ohio State has been very strong defensively on all fronts, and as we saw offensively, were incredibly successful.
Real quick before we go back to break, we'll take a look at the scores once again from today and last night. Of course, Notre Dame led by Riley Leonard and company in a big day on the ground. Notre Dame was able to take care of Indiana. Penn State, how about the day they had in the rushing and passing attack as well? And they put on a defensive show as they went out and won by 28 in Happy Valley. And how about the game we just had? Texas and Clemson with Ethan Bonner and Owen Heffron on the call. They put on a show. This game was fantastic. The best game of the playoffs so far. And honestly, our game, hopefully in the second half, we'll get to those levels. But you focus back on our game with Ohio State. They had a good first quarter, but kind of went down that mountain in the second quarter. What's going to be the biggest key for them when we come back from break again? Chase.
Definitely. Oh man.
Yeah,
Definitely offensively.
what's gonna be the biggest key for Ohio State in the second half?
Just like we saw with those last couple of drives, just got, I think, a little too cute when it comes to the motions with the screens. They had some success going down vertically with, Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Egbuka, and just definitely changing it up a little bit. I think they got too reliable on, like I said, motions, play actions. And so we'll have to see how they respond, changing things up a little bit. I think that's the key.
We'll see if those keys work in the second half. The second half, just a couple of really seconds away. We'll see how this second half comes and how it plays out when we return in about a minute. Don't go anywhere. We are back for the start of the second half on Given 5 Media's Saturday night showcase. Robbie Basel, Chase Caridi back again. And we are just a couple, hopefully, minutes away from the start of the second half. And let's take a look at some of these stats. Tennessee first quarter yards, 16. Ohio State at 205. But only in the second quarter, Tennessee held Ohio State to under 100 rushing yards, or 100 total yards rather. And Tennessee were able to capitalize, able to get 10 points and keep themselves really in this ball game, Chase.
100%. It really just completely flipped as we saw the interception by Tennessee. It was close play. Will Brooks, absolutely, incredible effort. And it just really turned it all around. And Tennessee, again, with momentum after a missed field goal at the end by Ohio State. And we'll see how both teams have to respond to that and the momentum that was shifted multiple times throughout that first half.
We're just a couple of minutes away to seeing who gets the first bit of momentum in the second half. Tennessee will get the ball to start the second half, as we did have an injury earlier to Dylan Sampson, and it looks like he will be coming back. So you forgot that he was possibly got hurt earlier on, and guess what, folks? He's coming back, and we'll see him in action as Ohio State will kick it away to Tennessee to start this third quarter. So we are finally set to come back into action with your second half, the final second half of the first round of the college football playoff here in 2024. Set to kick it away is Jaden Fielding. And we are underway once more as this kick will be returnable from the 1. Cutting up field and down at about the 26. Return there by Peyton Lewis. And it will be 1st and 10 for Tennessee. And one thing we haven't really brought up today, we brought it up earlier, the freezing cold. And if you know where Tennessee is on a map, they play in the Southeastern Conference. And typically it's not very freaking cold there. Ohio State, they play in Ohio. So it does get pretty cold out there. And it's freezing. And you can clearly see that. And earlier on, it was a struggle from Tennessee, possibly due to the weather or some other factor. But now they've really settled into this game, able to adjust to the weather and are back on offense once more. On first down, handoff up the middle over to with Bishop. And he will get good amount of yards on first down.
Yeah, Bishop, like we said, with the injury to Sampson, Bishop saw a lot of carries and showed some success.
They'll go quickly on second down. Tripped up for a moment was Nico and was able to get up for a couple, but it will be very quickly 3rd and short.
And again, quickly back to the line, just short runs and even shorter huddles is what we've seen a lot from Tennessee.
Handoff, middle. Did Bishop get it? It looks like he might have. And yes, they said it's a first down for the Vols. Now, that's one thing you didn't see in the first quarter. 3rd down conversions. Well, now you're seeing a new evolved version of the Tennessee Volunteers as they are able to get the first down of the second half. And Bishop remains in the backfield with Nico, who's in the shotgun. Handoff Bishop, moving his way forward, just shy of the 40, down at the 38, after a gain of about 2 or 3.
Like you said, Robbie, the weather being the low temperatures also could very much explain the rushing attack priority here, even with Sampson out, just making sure that the ball is continuing to be run. And even in the cold, the hard hits are getting harder.
Play action. Iamaleava. Pass is incomplete. Igbenuson was the one in coverage. Good work there by the Ohio State corner. And it'll be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, good coverage there. Looking for Brazel, as we saw an injury earlier to Vols wide receiver Squirrel White, and just trying to air it out to multiple different guys but unfortunately incomplete, and they'll have to do with another third down.
We do have another injury, and that's one guy you don't want to see is a guy in form, and that's Bishop. So one running back goes down. Now that's number 2, Deshaun Bishop, the freshman, who's had a really good game so far. Second leading rusher behind Nico Iamaleava.
Yeah, the touchdown drive at the end of the first half really ran through the both of them. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do now with the package they'll have to put out there.
Likely we'll see a little bit of Peyton and Lewis and possibly some Hunter Barnes action. We'll see what happens in a moment in terms of the running backs. It's 3rd and 7 with 13:11 to go, third quarter. Nico shouting instructions at the line. Play clock down to 10. And Maleva still in the shotgun. He's able to take the snap. Pitches to the outside with Foster, and he's going to lose yards on the... Chris, that's Peyton Lewis. He's going to lose yards on the play. Tackle there made by the number 8 of Lathan Ransom. That's a big loss. It'll be 4th down for Tennessee.
Ransom with a great read. You know, the option attempt there. And it was the right move. Just unfortunately, they had it completely figured out. And that's a great job by Ohio State, stopping any kind of momentum that Tennessee was looking to take out of the first half, bring it into the second. And now they'll get their chance with a punt here.
Punt is away. It's a booming kick up the sideline. Ohio State think it's way more up the sideline. We'll see where the spot is. And it will be at the 35. So it will be 1st and 10. From the looks of it when we return here on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Night Showcase. Don't go anywhere. Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Night Showcase. 21-10 remains your score. And it'll be 1st down and 10 upcoming for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And they'll have multiple men in motion. which with two receivers at the bottom, now one in motion again. Handoff Travion Henderson trying to get to the edge, but gets wrapped up immediately. T-Lander was the one to make the tackle. It'll be a gain of nothing.
Absolutely swallowed up, and just as we saw at the end of the second quarter, just Tennessee getting a lot better read of when they're handing it off, no matter what the motion may be, no matter what the screen package is. Tennessee is getting a better read on it.
2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Will Howard empty set. Drops the throw. Howard fires. Middle complete to Scott Jr., the tight end, and he'll get about 7. So Ohio State will have a 3rd down and about 3. But right now they are in desperate need of momentum after their last couple of stalled drives on offense.
Exactly what went from an interception to punt to missed kick. They definitely put some wins in their sails to get a first down conversion here after the good effort by Scott to get down just 2 yards short.
3rd and short, one in motion. Howard rolling right, fires completion, and that's a first down. Emeka Egbuka, who was a little bit quiet in that second quarter, able to get a first down and a little bit more, and Ohio State able to move the chains.
Yeah, Egbuka found a little bit of room, moved up, stumbled a bit after getting that first down. Potentially could have moved up a little bit more, but they'll take what they can get. Like we said, getting a little bit more momentum. And the first down is exactly what can do that.
Egbuka 5 for 81 and a score. As Howard will now hand it off again to Travion Henderson, and he'll get 1, maybe 2, but they're into Tennessee territory again. And we 2nd and a long-ish 8 yards.
Henderson and Judkins both saw the end zone in that first half, but now a little bit rougher with the rushing. But again, taking easy short passes, and little by little, Ohio State continues to move.
2nd and 8, 10 minutes to go in the 3rd. The Buckeyes still leading the Volunteers 21-10. Howard fakes the toss, steps up, fires. It's complete to Scott Jr. Big gain, and he's out of bounds. No, they'll say inbounds rather, at the 22-yard line of Tennessee. That's a gain of 26 and a first down for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of deep passes like that by Ohio State, but great job by Howard finding Scott as he moved over to the sideline. Good tackle and a little loss of possession there, but already out of bounds.
4 for 39 for Scott. They're going to look deep into the end zone. How about that ball? And how about that catch? Touchdown, Ohio State. It's a double for Jeremiah Smith from 22 yards, and Ohio State are able to get back on the score sheet.
Ohio State completely waking up, and all it took was a couple of plays. That throw to Smith, very similar to the first touchdown of Smith's night, as Howard ecstatic over 2 great balls to Smith has resulted in 2 touchdowns. And like we've said about momentum all night, definitely feels right back in Ohio State's favor.
Extra point to be taken by Fielding. 9:16 to go in the 3rd. Snap is good. The hold is fantastic, and the kick is good. Ohio State were quiet in the 2nd, but they come off red hot in the 3rd, courtesy of the 2nd touchdown for that man in the number 4 in red, Jeremiah Smith. What a day he's having as he helps the Buckeyes to be back up 18 here on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Night Showcase. Welcome back. College football continues here on Give 'em 5 Media. It is 28-10. The Buckeyes leading the Volunteers. And Chase, we talked about it just a couple of minutes ago. Momentum needing to swing towards one of these two teams. And early on in the second half, it's gone back to the way of the Ohio State Buckeyes.
It most certainly did. It took a couple of deep balls by Howard first to Scott on the sideline, and then a pass that looked eerily similar to his first touchdown pass to Jeremiah Smith. They connected once more, and now Tennessee, like we felt in that first quarter and pretty much all first half, definitely needs a couple things to go their way if we want this to be any more interesting.
Kickoff by Fielding is going to be fair caught, and it will be 1st and 10 for Tennessee, and a drive that they stalled right around midfield on their last drive, and now have to find a way to start to get some things to click here in the second half. As we take a look at the stat comparison, Will Howard putting on a show, over 280 passing yards. Nico Iamaleava only has 81. And that's been one of the big reasons, along with Ohio State's 361 total yards and 8.8 yards per play, that have them in the league right now. They'll have it on 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Dropping the throw is Iamaleava. He's just going to flip it out to the left-hand side to Sampson, and he runs out of bounds. Give him a couple of yards on the play. And it will be 2nd down and roughly 8 or 9.
Not too much there, not too much we've seen of Sampson, at least in this game, despite his great regular season.
Quick pass out to the left is caught, but immediately dragged down was Brew McCoy. Right there to make the tackle this time was Jermaine Matthews Jr. And real quickly, Tennessee, who try to push the pace, have 3rd and medium.
Yeah, exactly. Pushing the pace is what helped them so much in kind of getting that momentum back in the second quarter. But now, Ohio State seemingly making the right reads on, they're going short, just keeping tight coverage is what's stifling them.
8:20 to go, trips right, one receiver left. Nico drops the throw. Nico, being patient in the pocket, steps up, wants to run, jukes by one, tries to get by another, is going to get the 1st down and more. Nico Iamaleava able to get 8 and a 1st down for the Vols.
I mean, what we have said about resiliency completely continues to stand, no matter how many hits he's taken, especially in this cold weather of Ohio. It's definitely hurting, but those aches are not stopping him from making play after play to get 1st downs for this Tennessee team.
Play action. Nico rolling left, almost trips up on himself, jukes by one, gets a good amount of yardage across the 40, and it'll be tackled at about the 43. It's a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd down, but look how much time he had in the pocket. Another juke move, making some defenders look foolish, able to extend the play.
Just continuing to play very loose with this running ability, and while it's no big-time bomb, it's what's certainly getting done to at least move the chains for this Vols team.
Nico drops the throw again on 2nd and 5. Shovel pass to one of the running backs. It's for a gain of about 1. A little bit of a confusing play there. I thought for a minute, Chase, that was going to be intercepted. It was Lewis, the one able to make the play. It's a gain of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
And I was thinking the same thing from the initial angle, and even there, it just looks like he's just launching it into the pile, and not typically what you see out of an offense, but nevertheless, a 1-yard gain, and here we are again at a Tennessee 3rd down.
Crucial 3rd down for the Vols with Nico in the shotgun. He'll drop the throw. Nico firing right side. It's tipped and incomplete. Good hands there right towards the line of scrimmage. Multiple Ohio State defenders were there to make the play, and now critical decision for the Vols. The block at the line was by Cody Simon, I believe, in the number 0 jersey. But it's 4th and 4, and we'll see what happens now.
It was Simon as he held up there and was able to make the play at the right time. So the offense walking off, and they'll punt. Interesting to see as the margin for error is getting increasingly small for Tennessee.
They are electing to punt it, and they'll get it away. Is fielded and won't get many yards out of this is Ohio State. The return there by number 11, Brandon Innes. Ohio State close to putting the nail in the coffin. We'll see if they can do it when we return here on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Night Showcase. Don't go anywhere. I don't know if you saw that or not. And we are back here on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Night Showcase. It is still 28-10. As it's almost Christmas time, Chase. You're heading towards that little festive mood, you know what I'm saying?
We are.
Tennessee is kind of gifted Ohio State with some presence, that 21-point lead in the first quarter. But Ohio State looking to move the ball on offense once again. There's a handoff to Quinshon Judkins, who we haven't really heard of for a bit. He'll get about 3 yards on first down.
No, it's been mostly Henderson and Judkins. Besides that touchdown run that he had, hasn't seen much. But again, just trying to get a bunch of faces in through this offense. Just trying to throw off Tennessee in any way, as they've been able to do quite successfully so far.
They've been successful at the motion for the most part. There's another one in motion this time for Ohio State. That's Tate in motion. Handoff middle. Judkins able to break a tackle and get the first down. It was Carnell Tate in motion, which kind of set up the inside zone run and a first down for Quinshon Judkins.
Again, what we said, just building And all of these different looks and the success of multiple players and their own abilities is exactly what's helping Ohio State right now.
Quick pitch to Judkins. Gets past one, can't get past another. The gain of about 5. So they had a 1st and 10. They get half of it back, and it'll be 2nd and 5 to go.
Judkins being seen at all, and nice little toss out. Offensive line going the other way, but nevertheless finds open field for the clean 5 yards.
Will be 2nd and 5 from the 35. Howard looked like he almost muffed the snap, but he's going to take off and go on the designed run, and he'll get the 1st down. There'll be a gain of about 10. Will Howard up the middle, keeping it simple and extending the drive for the Buckeyes.
Looking like Iamaliava, as he's done all night for Tennessee, but Howard not having to extend the play as much, but as we've seen there, definitely a lot of value in his legs as well as his ability to throw.
The legs and the mobility we talked about in the open with Howard being shown off a little bit there. He's going to use the play action on 1st down. Pass complete across midfield. That was complete to Will Kagmerick. Apologies if name pronunciation was off, but he'll get about 6. It'll be about 2nd and 4. As we take a look at Ryan Day, since 2021, is yet to win a CFP game. He's also struggled against Michigan. And we have a stoppage of play. We got an injury on the field with 3:24 remaining. And we will be back in about a minute or so. Don't go anywhere here on Given 5 Media's Saturday Night Showcase. We are back again here on Given 5 Media's Saturday Night Showcase. 28-10 remains your score. And Ohio State remains in possession with 2nd down and 4 as the clock is back to running again. Inside the final 3.5 minutes here in the third. Will Howard in the shotgun. Bad snap. Handles it well. Run with Henderson. Breaking tackles and moving forward. And that's a 1st down.
Yeah, Henderson's first go of it of the drive, and there we saw some good success, as we've seen throughout his night, as Ohio State again, like they've done all night, getting the 1st downs.
They've been able to get them time and time again. Look at the second half yards. Ohio State 104, Tennessee only 26. It's not the stat you want to be hearing at this stage in the game. Howard, play action. Howard looking to throw, fires right side. He's got a man. That's Tate. And that is a 1st down.
Good find. Not seeing too much of Tate throughout this night, but over the middle, finding the open holes in the defense, and has been able to capitalize with time and time again, which just continues to show in Will Howard's near perfect statistics up to this point.
Howard wants to lob one towards the end zone towards Jeremiah Smith, but it's incomplete. A little ambitious there on 1st down, but wait, there's a penalty. We haven't seen many of these tonight. It's against the defense. Not really sure the penalty was. May have been a legal substitute. I think it's a legal substitution against the defense. And I believe, it's 12 men on the field. So it is 12 men on the field. It'll be a 1st and 5, probably why they took the deep shot to begin with. And it'll be 1st down and 5. Play action. Howard gets hit as he throws towards the end zone. Incomplete. But there's another penalty.
Definitely going to be against looking for Smith here, and the coverage was just a bit too tight.
It's pass interference against the defense. And we have another 1st down. Penalty there conceded by Jermod McCoy. Let's take a look at this coverage once more.
He completely swallows him up, and what we've seen from the connection of Howard and Smith tonight, definitely understandable trying to ensure not a 3rd touchdown by them, but of course, Tennessee looking to stay away from allowing any more scores from Ohio State, but penalties and some offensive mishaps have certainly not helped in their attempt trying to build back from this large deficit.
1st-and-goal to go. Judkins in the backfield. Play action. Rolling outside. Pass complete. I don't know if he got it or not. They're going to say, no, the line judge was right there. He is a yard short. Very, very close for Quinshon Judkins. And no, he did not get the ball over the pylon. So it will be 2nd-and-goal. The clock was running. Down to about a minute and a half to go. Penalty. Flags, I believe it's a flag. No signal. No, it's a timeout. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It's a timeout. First charge to the visiting Tennessee Volunteers. So they will have 2 remaining in regulation. Still, of course, trailing 28-10, Robbie Basel, Chase Caridi. It has been a slow one, a long night so far, and that's not what you were hoping for as a viewer, but Ohio State, they're able to set the tone in the 1st quarter. They've set the tone in the 3rd quarter, and they're just about a yard or maybe a yard and a half from possibly putting the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, we saw Tennessee get a turnover of Ohio State in the end zone, and who knows what could happen here, but as we've said throughout the night, momentum, that is key, and what we've seen through the penalties of Tennessee and Ohio State's efficiency down the field definitely looks in favor of the Buckeyes.
Momentum has been a theme as you addressed all night long. Ohio State had the pendulum go their way in the first, and went Tennessee's way in the second, and it's been very on the side of Ohio State in the third. Howard, handoff, Judkins, hesitation, he's in. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quinshawn Judkins able to punch this one home. And it is now 34-10, Ohio State.
Incredibly similar to his first touchdown again, a goal line carry. And what else could be said about Judkins, Henderson, that backfield, and their ability to create different looks and build on basically an entire drive. We saw Judkins a decent amount through all of that, Henderson as well. And just like that, once again, a score for Ohio State.
They've been in complete control. Extra point by Fielding is good. How about the day for Ohio State? They've dominated all over the field so far. And because of that, they lead by 25 with 1:18 to go. If you take a look at the numbers, Ohio State over 400 yards. We're still in the third quarter. So it's been dominance and then some offensively. And if not for a mishap right in the end zone, this game could very well be, 42-10? 42-3? That's
Definitely
how
would
much.
have gotten that way.
Yeah, it would have been much, much worse. It's just a weird thought to think about, isn't it?
Certainly. And at points, Tennessee looked strong through their running game, through Nico, Yamaliava, and their running backs in Bishop and Sampson. But we'll have to see, again, how they have to respond to, once again, another touchdown by Ohio State.
So they will fair catch this one, and they will take it for 1st and 10. Still to come later on tonight is our correction for the show days is the Footy Fridays Player of the Game. So stick around to see who Chase and I select for tonight's award. We've seen a couple players defensively get the award so far. And we'll see if that continues to be a theme, but you'll have to wait till the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter to see who gets the award tonight for game number 4. On first down, quick pass out to the left by Iamialova. It is a name. It is a struggle, Chase. It is a struggle.
Absolutely.
It's a struggle. For those who don't know, this is the 3rd game I've done for Nico this season. I still can't get it right. It's one of those names that's a struggle, but here's a big run into the second level and a first down. Run this time by, it was Peyton Lewis, and it'll be a first down. Nico under pressure. Down he goes again. Jack Sawyer causing all sorts of problems. It's a big loss, and that will likely take us to the end of the third.
So you're again getting home, and just like Ohio State's done defensively all night, setting the tone with pressure. And again, another big hit against Nico Yamaliava.
And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. It will not run another play. End of 3. Ohio State struggled in the second. They've been able to control the third. 45 minutes down, 15 to go. We'll see how this one ends up when we return here on the Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Night Showcase. We are back on Give 'em 5 Media's Saturday Night Showcase. Fourth quarter is just seconds away. Here, Robbie, Basel, Chase Caridi, and we are back underway on second and very long, as the run will be for a couple. And it'll be third down and about 13. Third and 14. Dropping to throw. Nico's going to take off and go. Nico jukes by one. He's got some green grass to go, but he'll be down short of the 40. It'll be fourth down and long. They are 1 for 1 on fourth downs already as Nico is in the shotgun. Play clock down to 5. They got to get a snap off. Play clock down to 2, down to 1. They do get it off. Nico drops the throw, fires right side. He had a man, but no. Could not find the diving Brazil. And it's a turnover on downs. They had it, Chase. He was right there, but just a little too far out in front, and Ohio State will take over.
Results in the turnover.
A turnover indeed. We'll stay with you here as we'll be back in just a couple of moments. As real quick, we'll go over one more time. But before we go over the fixture list, make sure to like and subscribe. I know from the other guys in the group, I have not said that enough tonight. So for the few of you still remaining, appreciate you guys sticking with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Trying to get 100 subs before Christmas. It's a very tall ask, I know. But if you guys can hit the like and subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. Let's go back and review once more for the fans, if you're just tuning in, how the hell did we get to where we are today? It's been a long day for the guys that give them 5, and Notre Dame controlled last night. They're able to come out with the win. Penn State came out with the win early this afternoon. Texas came out with the win over Texas, and Texas came out with the win over Clemson in the second game today. And now in our contest, Ohio State in control of the Tennessee Volunteers. And well, that's how we got to where we are tonight, Chase. And it has been a one-sided affair, excluding the majority of the second quarter.
Yeah, it perfectly breaks it down. We saw absolutely no passing in the first quarter for Tennessee, at least any success in that facet. And then things started turning around. They got a turnover, forced a punt, even got a missed kick from Ohio State. And as we reached halftime, it got really interesting as how they could potentially come out. But as we saw with all the third and just during the fourth, things have just continued to pile up with Ohio State. And it's looking like it's going to be pretty tough for that to change in any manner.
There's still a little bit of time, but you feel like at this point in the game, the score being 35-10, we'll put the score bug back in for you guys here. 35-10. It'll be Ohio State ball with 13:20 to go in total control. And it looks like they'll try to just wrap this one up, choose some clock, hopefully for the viewer to try and put Tennessee out of their misery a little bit. But still got almost a full quarter to go. And this stream, which, by the way, we're just eclipsed 3 hours. We are barely into the fourth. For reference, we were at this point in game 1 yesterday with 9 minutes left in the third. I have this written down. And today we were 7 minutes left in the fourth. We were at 9 minutes left in the fourth last night. We were at 7 minutes left in the fourth earlier today. And now we just get to watch a little bit of Jeremiah Smith and the Mecca Ibuka flying all over the field, making plays, and really leading this Ohio State offense.
I mean, they really have been singing. Beautiful passes by Howard Ends. Great control by both receivers. But that's just about it. Perfect, pristine, and most likely going to continue here in the fourth.
Handoff to Henderson. Hurdles a man, but will be dragged down for a loss of likely 4. So Tennessee able to force the loss of yards on first down, but maybe, I think you can agree with me on this one, Chase, starting to be a little bit too late. Too little too late.
Definitely with the way that things have gone. Stopping the running game is nice, but when it comes down to Smith and Ibuka, just not having an answer for that is what's going to keep this game in Ohio State's favor.
Howard keeper, he's got room to go, and he's going to get tripped up, and wow, the ball was picked up by Tennessee. They thought it was a fumble, but one of the Tennessee Volunteers got absolutely rocked. My goodness. You want to talk about with a hit with authority, and we may have just seen one right there, Chase.
I mean, that's That's about the epitome of how the night's gone for Tennessee. Looking like they had an opportunity there, immediately waved off as just being down already and then being blown up
Jacoby
by.
Jacoby Thomas was the one that got blown up, but it'll be a 3rd-and-1 for OSU. Play clock down to 1. Howard's going to take the keeper again. We'll get the first down and more. Into the red zone he goes. And there'll be a 1st down and 10 for Ohio State as they continue their dominance. And, well, it looks like we will be seeing a rematch for Ohio State as they likely will be facing Oregon in the Rose Bowl game. A rematch of a game we saw earlier this season. I actually had the pleasure of calling for already on a different brand. And with the way that game went, it was back and forth all the way. Hopefully, in the Rose Bowl, neutral site game, playoff quarterfinal, we could be seeing something similar, but we still got to see how our contest ends here this evening. As Howard takes the play action and rolls left, fires left side, and it's not even close. Pass intended for Scott Jr., and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Rolling just unable to get any sense of accuracy on that one. But like you said, it will be most likely Oregon against Ohio State. And I'm sure the one seed is not too happy about seeing how Ohio State's performed tonight and looking into the future to playing them again.
It'll be a very difficult challenge, that's for sure. 2nd and 10, handoff, bouncing off tackles, and he is gone. Ohio State is going to be pouring it on. Touchdown, Travion Henderson.
Well, Henderson saw Judkins get his 2nd touchdown of the night, said I'm going to do the exact same thing, and in a very impressive manner of bouncing off of the stuffing in the pocket and just moving forward into the open field and getting a 2nd score of the night.
The patience of Travion Henderson, the experience, proving why this running back duo can cause so many problems, probably for Oregon next week. As fielding on for the extra point again. Snap's good, the hold is good, the kick is up and through. It is now Ohio State 42, Tennessee 10. But it's been that guy, Travion Henderson, causing problems in the rushing attack. He gets his 2nd score of the night and puts this game likely out of reach. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. Robbie, Basel, Chase, Caridi. Fourth quarter continues. It has turned from, at one point, a 11-point contest to, I'll put this lightly, a blowout. And we join you at that phase where you could call it a total blowout with not a lot of time to go. This game seemingly out of reach. And it looks like a trip to Pasadena is on the cards for New Year's Day for Ohio State. As the fielding is set to kick it away once more. 461 total yards of offense for Ohio State tonight, as this kick will be fair caught and will be fielded. It'll be a 1st and 10 upcoming for the Vols. I'll ask you this question, Chase. I know this might be of a little bit of a laugh for where we are in this contest. What do you even do now? Like, do you go for the win? Do you try and chew clock to wrap this up? Like, what do you do?
I mean, listen, the sportsmanship of it all, I'd have to believe that Tennessee will at least try to continue moving the chains, but I don't know how much they'll be able to do with how their morale has been beaten down already and just how unsuccessful they've been so far.
Nico will roll out right and is unable to connect it with the receiver. Pass intended there for Chris Brazel. And it will be 2nd and 10. More shows to watch here on Give 'Em 5 Media. It's just not just broadcast. We have Across the River, and of course, my 2 shows that also features a Monday Christmas special. Yes, I'm actually filming a show this week. Don't worry about it, chat. It might be a live video. Make sure to check out the Give 'Em 5 Instagram handle in the description for all the updates, as Tennessee is going to fumble, and it's recovered by the offense. Sampson is able to get the recovery. Nico got stripped by JT Tuimoilau. Nailed it. And he got hit. His arm got hit with the helmet of JT, number 44. No, his arm actually did get hit. It looked like one angle, like the helmet got Nico. But no, it will now be 3rd and an eternity. 3rd and 18. With 10 minutes to go. Dropping the throw is Nico. Stepping up in the pocket. Fires behind Brazel. And it'll be 4th down again.
2nd straight attempt towards Brazel, and again incomplete. And even going back to the last drive, it was an attempt towards Brazel that ended up being the turnover on downs. But again, as we've seen through Tennessee and against this defense of Ohio State, just nothing, absolutely nothing going their way.
There's been a theme of theirs all second half. We saw it. I mean, they were down 21-0 at the end of the 1st quarter.
Hard to come back from that.
It is very hard indeed. Punt is away and will be fielded at about the 40. Ohio State have been in full control. That's been a theme all night. Once again, they get the ball back when we return here on Give 'Em 5 Media. Welcome back to college football here on Given 5 Media. It is Robbie and Chase. And what I can confidently say now, a game we wish ended. We're just trying to have fun at this point. If y'all, for the few that are remaining, have any questions that you want us to respond in the chat, we will respond to them. And we'll be looking at the chat in a moment as there's Travion Henderson for a gain of a couple.
I will say, first question that would be asked. Yes, my voice is real. Just getting out of
Yes,
the way.
Great question, honestly. That is a very fair question to ask our boy. So let's now take a look as we're inside the final couple of minutes. If there were anything in the chat, I don't think there was. There actually wasn't. So I thought there were questions because I said right questions in the chat. There wasn't any. So has this been the theme of the night for everybody? Second and 11. Howard in the shotgun. Actually, it's a backup quarterback now. Pass complete to the outside. New quarterback in the game is actually not on my roster, which is phenomenal. Not on this roster. Let's find out who our new quarterback is. It's Devin Brown. Chase, I've got Devin Brown in the action. It's not my depth chart, so I don't know what the hell that's about. But it'll be third down and 5. Inside the final 8.5 minutes. Still to come, the Footy Fridays player of the game. Footy Fridays usually every Friday here on Give 'em 5 Media, hosted by myself, and will feature in the future multiple soccer guests, which will hopefully be sooner rather than later, as this run is up the middle for a singular yard. I think, and we've said this all weekend, they're just trying to drag this on at this point.
It certainly seems like it. As the clock is our enemy at this point.
Indeed it is. And now you'll see the backups on the field. Hopefully we'll see the clock being run more and more often, but it doesn't seem that way. Snap, and the punt is away by McGuire. Fair caught and almost muffed by Tennessee. So let's go back to a couple of months ago, and I was on the call for this one. This was Oregon and Ohio State in the first meeting out in Eugene, and it was a Dylan Gabriel show in a last-minute miscue by Ohio State that lost them the game. And that's why Oregon's undefeated for the most part, as they won by one score. And now we will be seeing that matchup in just a couple of days' time, about 10 days' time on New Year's Day, which should be a very fun game out in Pasadena.
Certainly so. Ohio State hopefully learning from their mistake. And, well, anything can go.
Definitely, for sure.
As shown in that matchup.
Even though this game has been very slow, and this day has been very long, if you like what you've seen here on Give 'em 5 Media so far, feel free to hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 100 subs. It would be greatly appreciated if you guys can go out there and hit the subscribe button. It would help us through the misery of trying to call the end of this football game, as Tennessee still trails 42-10. And we'll have it on first down. Quick pass to the outside, complete. And it'll be a gain of only a couple. Pass complete to Braylon Staley. As they, I believe, they're keeping Nico in this game. I don't understand why. Nico steps up in the pocket, fires too high. And the worst enemy that we could possibly have continues. It is third down with 7:08 remaining.
And on the incomplete pass, clock stop once again. Pretty close with a connection from Staley. and couldn't get it to go. So we'll have third down. Yamaliaba.
Nailed it. So he is 6 of 12, by the way, chat, for 15 yards. Exceptional. Just like this fourth quarter.
Say that again.
Third down and a very long 6. He's going to take a deep shot to the left side. That pass is almost complete, almost intercepted as well. And it will be fourth down. Are they going to keep the offense on the field? I thought they were for a second, but I don't think they were. Not a bad deep ball. It looked like, I don't know about you, Chase. I don't know if you saw this, but it looked like the receiver, Matthews, stopped running the route.
Well, with the time left and the way that it's been going.
Oh, they're punting it.
Oh, there's punt. Here we go.
Punt is away. And fair caught. With 6:53 to go. And you've seen the looks on all the fans' faces. They just hoping this misery will end eventually. And for the Ohio State fans, they get to enjoy a comfortable win as they lead 42-10 against a team that a lot of people thought deserved to be in the playoff. But I think you could say this, Chase, 3 out of the 4 games were blowouts. Do you like this new 12-team format after seeing it for the first time?
Well, I think the results definitely have, well, Cross and probably already have created opinions that are not in its favor, but it definitely just comes down to correct ranking with the AP seeding and just general tweaks. But in general, I think the addition, adding playoffs, definitely can have more enjoyment. But as we've seen in matchups like this, well, sometimes 4-team playoffs makes a little bit more sense.
It is an interesting argument to have because you saw the quality of Clemson, Texas. You had the potential for quality last night. SMU had opportunities earlier. That's kind of the maybe theme of this one is that Tennessee had a couple opportunities but weren't able to capitalize. As there's a second down handoff up the middle. And this is the one thing you don't want to see in a game like this, a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. The clock will continue to run inside 6 minutes. It'll be about third down and 8 upcoming.
Certainly don't want any of those kind of penalties. Can afford any kind of suspension or reprimanding.
5.5 minutes to go. Brown shotgun. 2 receivers left. 2 receivers right. He drops the throw. Fires right side. It is way short. And it'll be fourth down and 8. And Ohio State will punt it away back to Tennessee.
Fans still keeping it up.
Yeah, it's respectable, isn't it? Especially in the freezing cold that is there.
Certainly.
Ohio State, who got a lot of criticism after losing to Michigan. But the on-field play and the off-the-field actions after the game ended are now just minutes away, and we're going to get a flag. I think the amount of alerts Chase just got on his phone is the amount of yards Tennessee's had in the second half. I feel like
you know what? You might be onto something. But if anyone does care, Tyrone Tracy is expected to play tomorrow.
Ooh.
Any fantasy football players?
I mean, you want to talk about a guy who's good at fantasy football as this ball is away and will be fair caught with 5:15 to go. Well, we'll stay here because you're a big football guy, and if you want to know something, chat, you want to talk about a guy who's good at fantasy football? This guy, Chase Caridi, is pretty rock solid. Your squad puts on an absolute show every single week, it feels like now at this point.
I mean, there were some players you could expect. James Cook, Jahmyr Gibbs getting a lot of good run, but a lot of success through guys like Nico Collins, the Texans. Trey McBride, pretty good. Yeah, solid squad overall, but, anything can happen in the playoffs.
You got the first round bye. Him and our good friend Matt Goodman, as there's a handoff to the left side for about 4 or 5. They were the best team in fantasy football this season, regulation wise, in the league, featuring a lot of the Give 'em 5 crew. My team went 7-7 because of injuries and Deebo Samuel. Yeah, that's all I'll say on that. For some reason, they're still running a tempo offense. I guess they got the yips and don't understand what point of the game it is. Hold on. There's a big run up the middle into Ohio State territory. The first bit of action in a little bit is Peyton Lewis with the big carry, and there'll be a first down. You think we'll be talking about fantasy football, but no. Tennessee shows finally some signs of life here in the fourth quarter as they move the ball forward for a first down. Nico drops the throw again, rolling to his right, fires, and it's complete. I actually believe they put in the backup quarterback now. I don't know who's playing. Oh, no, it is still Nico. It looked like there was a backup in for a minute. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
Clock continuing to move. Nice pass over to Brazil. Over the middle, across his body. Nice play there by Nico.
Handoff middle, first down Tennessee. Is the running back in the 27. That is, I got his name, Peyton Lewis. Well, what's throwing me off is that when I commentate women's soccer for Iona, which is one of the things I do, there's a player named Peyton Foster, and you say her name a lot. I keep getting her name mixed up with Peyton Lewis. So if you heard Peyton Foster a little bit, that is not the football player. But here's the deep ball by Nico, and it's dropped. In and out of the hands. It actually might have hit the knee of, I believe that was Brazil. Yeah.
Again, seen a lot of the targets late in this matchup.
Yeah, off his shoulder.
Oh, and he had it. That one needs to be holding.
Well, still to come, we'll see it in a minute, is the Footy Fridays player of the game. This is where Chase gets his expertise out, and we'll tell you who wins this player of the game award, and you'll see that at right out of the 2-minute warning. So stick around for the final first round player of the game. Here's a big run by Peyton Lewis, and he's into the red zone inside the 15, inside the 10, and down at the 9. It'll be first and goal, albeit a little bit too late, but regardless, Tennessee still trying to move the ball down the field a little bit, and will have a chance at a first and goal situation. Handoff, right side, Lewis, and he's down at the 5.
Solid gain. Lewis showing a little bit of mobility. And obviously with the injuries to both Sampson and Bishop, Lewis getting his chance, and
Lewis
good while doing it.
Inside the 5 and down at the 3. And that should take us to the 2-minute warning. And yes, it will. We will go now to the 2-minute warning. Finally. Oh, no. They're going to take this snap up the middle. I thought they were blowing it dead for the 2-minute warning, but no. Hold your horses. It's a touchdown. I'm surprised they even snapped the ball. That's why I was surprised about that.
Well, Iamaliava with his second touchdown of the night, taking it right up the gut, catching the defense sleeping.
Along with their play-by-play commentator, catching him asleep as well. It's pretty difficult, I will say this, to try and do everything at once here. Because if you can't tell, I do the graphics, I try to do some play-by-play commentary, albeit good or bad. And Nico throwing everyone off a little bit by rushing home that touchdown. His second of the day, as mentioned. It is now Ohio State 42, Tennessee 16. We'll see about the extra point in a moment. They might be looking to review this for some reason. Thing is what we were waiting for.
Perhaps the timing, game clock. We'll have to see.
But Chase, this is your time, my friend. It is time to introduce the Footy Fridays player of the game. Who do you have it giving it to tonight?
Well, listen, I'll need to crack out the glasses for absolute analysis. Look at my stats here.
Well, we'll give you a moment as here's the PAT. Snap is high, hold is miraculous, and the kick is good. So while we give Chase a second, I think he's got his player. You got your player, Chase?
Yeah, I think I have my player.
Chase has his player of the game. Chase Caridi, it is all yours. Who is your Footy Fridays player of the game?
Now I'd like to present the Footy Fridays Player of the Game award. I'm going to go Jeremiah Smith. You know, his ability over the middle, making plays, just converting the first downs when needed, and also complete concentration and tracking of the deep ball multiple times to get touchdowns from passes of Will Howard. As I say, Howard, worthy of it. Igbuka, of course. The two running backs, obviously. But picking hairs here, I just think that Smith was able to do the most with the opportunities given to him.
Well, there's another non-quarterback getting the award. Last night, we saw it. Well, earlier today, we saw it given to a defensive player, which you want to think of unorthodox, giving a player of the game award to a defensive player for having 2 interceptions. How about that? With Rojas of Penn State earlier, including he got a pick 6. I believe this next correction. We have it written down. Rojas got one of the interceptions, but that's not who got the player of the game award. It went to, I actually don't remember who it went to. We'll ask you our sources in a minute because I somehow didn't write this down. It was Dominic DeLuca. That's who it was. DeLuca, who got 2 interceptions earlier, was the one who got the player of the game award earlier. I'm not 100% sure who got the player of the game award in the game before us, and we'll have to review the footage from last night. But while we wrap up the stream tonight, it's been a very long stream. It's one of the longer ones. It's felt like we've been here in these chairs for 16,000 years. And yet here we are getting to the 2-minute warning finally. Getting completely fooled. And now we are at the point where we are nearing the timing of saying so long for tonight. But Chase, we'll let you do this now. Try to summarize this game because we had an offensive explosion. We've had this game come to a screeching halt, it feels like, over the last half an hour or so. What do you think is a fair way to summarize this game?
Well, I think Ohio State completely dominated. They took about 1 quarter and a few drives off from that absolute powerhouse. And able to click things back into gear just like they were in the first quarter. And then just energy, I think, generally between both teams, it died down here in the fourth quarter as short yardage plays and not too many conversions.
Kickoff is away. It was a squib kick, and it'll be down in OSU territory. It'll be first down for the Buckeyes as they will hopefully kneel it. I don't honestly know. I mean, we've seen chances where teams can kneel it and they ran plays. So honestly, this can go a million different ways. This could be a deep shot, a screen, a kneel. I don't know. As you get quickly at Seth McLaughlin, who was playing center, the transfer from Alabama, who had that season-ending injury, would have been very crucial to the offensive line of Ohio State during these playoffs. But you look at the numbers, 7.7 average yards per play. Ridiculous. First and 10, there are running plays because that makes sense. Handoff middle, and it's not going to go very far. So Ohio State will be playing Oregon on New Year's Day. As we see Lincoln Kinnholz, a different quarterback, enter this one. And you thought we've seen it all today. We've seen three different Ohio State quarterbacks. We've seen a variety of touchdown scores. And we are finally inside the final 90 seconds of this contest. Play clock inside 6, down to 5. Handoff. And trying to break tackles, but not really going anywhere, is Ohio State on this play. Run there by James Peoples. Inside the final minute of what has been utter domination. And before we go, as this will be the final play of the first round of the college football playoff, we thank everyone who has tuned into any of the 4 streams throughout the last 27, 28 hours here on Give 'em 5 Media. It has been a roller coaster of events. We had the highs and the lows of so many teams, but in the end, we now know our final 8. And the last team to join them will be Ohio State. There were questions about the Buckeyes entering this game. Do they have what it takes? Well, guess what, folks? It turns out they do, as they take the final first round matchup of a final score of 42-17. Chase, it was an absolute pleasure of working with you tonight, my friend. And for the entire Give 'em 5 family, I'm Robbie Basel, saying so long and good night. Ohio State victorious to end round 1 of the college football playoff. This has been a presentation of Give 'em 5 Media's college football playoff coverage. We'll see you guys next time.